Well, hey everybody. I hope everybody's doing good today. I think we're all excited to learn more about the Gales family and all that's been going on. And I'm excited to be here and be a small part of this, of what we're doing today. We're going to start off today the press conference with Lovey Tabaron, the Assistant Athletic Director for Sports Medicine at Southern University, who's obviously had a huge impact on the Gales family and their lives. And actually, first year on the job, first game. So it's definitely been a situation that I'm sure she's been learning, but she's going to come up and speak to us first.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
You're a little smaller, yeah.
So September 26th was definitely a day to remember. And I think that along with gaining the Gales family as a new family for me, our Jag family has gained a huge family with the Bulldog Nation. So on behalf of Southern University, I would like to say thank you all for all your support and your love. Ron Corson. I don't even know what to say. He is amazing. He has just kind of taken me under his wing on the field that day. He said, you're stuck with me. And I say that's the best stuck that I've ever been. So as far as Devon going home, we are really, really excited. Shepherd has been an awesome experience, a priceless experience that I'm so glad that he was where he was to get positioned where he is for therapy. Coach Odoms always says as we get to the last stop on the bus ride to go home, Jags. So it's time for our Jag to go home.
Well, obviously, you saw Lovey, and then she talked about Ron, the people that have had influence in this situation who have been pivotal in making sure that Devon has been taken care of. Well, another person too is neurosurgeon Kim Walpert. I said I didn't want to mess up your name. You see that? Kim Walpert. She was obviously, seeing Devon day one and had a big impact too, and so she gets to come up and speak too. It's a nice dress though. I like the red.
I am in Athens. I have to tell you, I was watching the game, and when I saw that play, I knew that call was coming, and I felt my heart sink. I walked into the emergency room, and I looked down in the face of a beautiful young man. I hope you don't mind that word. And then the magnitude of that injury just became immediately apparent. And in the world of neurosurgery, our lives are filled with tragedy. But I'll tell you what Devon and his family and this community have proven, and that's that tragedy can be something that is life-changing in a beautiful way. In a world full of news bites, of one another, of all of us disrespecting one another, mistreating one another, showing violence, what we see now is a miracle, an ongoing miracle, supported by family, a wonderful spirit, modern medicine, and a community that I'm really proud to be part of. Devon, thank you every day for being an inspiration to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, next, somebody that I've had an experience to work with is Ron Corson, and we've already talked about him already. And us athletes at Georgia, you go in the training room every day, and there's always, somebody in there to take care of you. And Ron was always that guy. And always, if you don't know Ron, he'll drop. If you're not listening, he'll hit you with some sarcasm upside your head, and you don't realize you got hit with it. Sometimes everybody that knows him understands. Sometimes he'll just say something and be like, "Hold on, did you just kick me? Did you just hit me?" Ron's got that humor, but always smiling. Made going in for treatment actually fun because he put a smile on your face. So, Ron, come up here and say a few words.
It's just as mine too. September, Devon obviously had a devastating injury. And we're here 5 months later to bear witness to someone, an outstanding young man, an outstanding family, and who's shown great courage in the face of adversity. And we all have adversity in life. But I really believe in my heart that when something bad happens, something great can arise of it, just like Kim said. Adversity can make us stronger. It can raise perspective. And it can unite a community. And that's what I think we've seen here. In Athens, in Atlanta, in Baton Rouge, you see the communities rally around a common goal. We've seen teammates, coaches, competitors, longtime friends, strangers who never met each other, healthcare professionals all bond together as a goal to make a difference in his life. And at the same point, he's made a difference in our life. And we'll never be the same. We've had people who've never met before who've been close friends from life on now. C.S. Lewis said one time that hardship prepares ordinary people for extraordinary destinies. And right now, at this point, there's still some unknowns in his recovery. But the one thing we do know for a fact, he's an extraordinary person. He has a great destiny. Just know the Bull Day is behind you, and you're in our thoughts, and you're going to be a part of Bull Day Days forever. Thank you.
I keep fixing this mic over here. All right, well, next, Ron talked about, ordinary people can do extraordinary things. Next is something that I think everybody in this room will find pretty extraordinary. I want to introduce Reggie Jones and Wesley Jones from the Triumph Over Tragedy Foundation to make an announcement.
Thanks. I remember, like it was yesterday, texting back and forth with Chappie the night of the accident and reaching out to us and asking if we would be kind enough to go and visit with the family. And I remember going into the waiting room and meeting Donnie, Devon's dad. And, it really took me back to 1987 when Wes and I were playing in a treehouse as kids, and he broke his neck. And a lot of the similarities, the unknowns, not knowing what to expect, and quite frankly, just seeing, Donnie as a dad and a former football player and a big guy completely broken. And, it's one of the most devastating things that a family can experience is a spinal cord injury. There's roughly 1 million people in the United States today that deal with spinal cord injuries, and it's growing. And it's one of the most expensive injuries that a family can ever, endure. But, today is a victory for the Gales family. They're getting to go home soon. They've been at the absolute best spinal care facility at Shepherd that the country has to offer. We're very partial to them because as a family we spent quite a number of months there ourselves. But tomorrow everything changes. There's not any nurses to help Devon. There's not any lift systems to help him out of bed. Things change rapidly. And I remember, as we went home, it was devastating for us all over again. It was almost like, starting back over. But with God's help, he helped our family, and I know that he's going to help Devon and his family as well. Also too, today this year marks 29 years that we went home for the first time. And it's been a long, long time ago, but again, it seems just like yesterday. So, we're not going to leave you guys. We've enjoyed the relationship that we've built with this family. They're a remarkable family. We have had a unique opportunity, Wes has had a unique opportunity to host an outdoor television show for the last 10 years. And, we felt like God was telling us to start a foundation to be able to help families with spinal cord injuries, and we put it off. Both of our careers sidetracked us. We were more focused on ratings with a television show and building that, and we put it off. But in 2011, while filming, Wes was actually ejected from his chair. Like breaking your neck was not bad enough. And he suffered a lot of injuries, ultimately wound up back in Piedmont Hospital on a ventilator. And we felt like after that happened that it was time to listen. And so we started the Triumph Over Tragedy Foundation where we help families with spinal cord injuries. And I'm going to ask Wes to say a couple of things now too.
Like Reggie said, we've really enjoyed getting to know this family, and that's what they've become to us as family. And like Reggie said, tomorrow is a new challenge, a different challenge for these guys. And I can remember so many years ago going home for the first time, leaving Shepherd Center. And to be honest with you, it was harder going home than it was being in the hospital. You know, seeing my motorcycle leaned up against the garage and my bicycle laying out in the yard where I left it so many months before. And, you know, people have called and asked what they can do to help. You know, God was really with Devon and his whole family that day. It was, of course, an unfortunate accident he had, but, you know, in my mind, there's not a better place that it could have happened. You know, starting with the staff and everyone here at Georgia, the wonderful doctor with the pretty dress. He didn't say anything about my clothes.
Super cute.
Thank you. And, you know, just one thing after other, and the whole community, the whole dog nation has just wrapped this whole family with love, and it's all inspiring. So one of the things our foundation does, as Reggie shared, works with spinal cord, the whole family. And, you know, coming home, like I told you, my room was upstairs at our house. And luckily I was a lot smaller then than I am now. But my parents had to carry me upstairs to my room. You know, house modifications aren't something that the insurance pays for, and as you can imagine, it's not cheap. We've been able to help several families and do modifications to their home. And unfortunately, the gal's home is one that can't really be modified. So what we're here today for is our foundation. We're going to launch a campaign starting today. We're going to raise money. We're going to build these guys a brand new home. And that's what they deserve. That's what we're going to do. So one of the things we're going to be doing, you can see the shirts down on the end. We're going to be selling these shirts, and like I said, people have called and want to know what they can do to help this family. Now's the time to help. You can go to our foundation, givetotriumph.org. We're selling the shirts on there. You can also donate, and you know, we want to raise so much money to bless this family, and then continue to bless other families after. Guys, you know, I can't thank y'all enough. Y'all have been a blessing to me, and just thank you, Devon, for being an inspiration.
Thank you.
All right. Stop crying. Next we have Athens Clarke County Mayor Nancy Denson to present Devon and his family with something.
Good morning, everybody. I want to tell I did not know Devon before his accident. I was in the stands when it happened. I'm sorry, I don't know whether I can talk now or not. But I have grandsons your age, and I can so identify with what your family might be going through. And then I saw you interviewed on TV, and the attitude you had, and you are such an inspiration to me, and I think you're going to be an inspiration to people that you'll never meet for probably the rest of your life, just because of the spirit you have, which shows through loud and clear. And when I saw your beautiful mother and father sitting up here with you, I realized that didn't happen by accident. That you were that person that's going to inspire us, that made you the person you are because of those wonderful people that raised you. And this gift that you're being given by the foundation is just. I knew they were going to help you. I didn't know to what extent, and I'm very emotional too. But I'll tell you, one of our commissioners, Jared Bailey, is here in the audience today, and Allison McCulloch, who is our liaison between the city government and the university. And we were at a meeting, and they were chatting, and motioned me to come over and said, you know, isn't there something that Athens Clarke County can do to recognize Devon? Because we love him too. He's not just a bulldog. He belongs to us as well. And so today I want to present you with the certification that makes you an official honorary citizen of Athens, Clark County. and let you know that you belong to all of us, Devon. And I would actually hope, I don't know whether I'd be the first or not, I'd love to be the first to buy one of those hoodies over there because I sure would love to wear it. So, Devon, we love you, and we are so happy that you have a connection with Athens. And if you need us, we're here for you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, if the Gales family don't know, y'all are up next, so y'all need to prepare yourself. You got a few more minutes. I'm gonna say a few things, and then it's gonna be y'all. So y'all need to get your mind right. I can't relate completely to what you guys have gone through. My dream was always to play in the NFL, and I got there in 2007, and I broke my neck my second season in the NFL, and everything I'd ever worked for and wanted to accomplish was gone. And but that doesn't mean God can't do amazing things. And I think He never closes one door without opening another one. And there's always going to be setbacks, like Ron talked about. And there's always going to be things that can make you look at your life and go, "Why me? Why did this happen?" That way is not going to help anything. Your attitude through this, man, watching you on interviews and seeing you smile, because there is a reason to smile. Because no matter what you're going through, somebody else always has it worse. And I appreciate the way you smile through this, because I know there's a lot of pain. I've experienced it. But don't let somebody tell you what you can't do from here on in. God can do amazing things. Sit back, work as hard as you can, and it'll be amazing to see what He can do. But it's all y'all know.
You got your tears up?
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to the Lord who have brought me and my family this far. Thanks, UGA, Athens, Atlanta, everyone who has played part in this tragic situation for my son. I just want to thank everybody for what they have done, because during this time I didn't know where I was going to go, what I was going to do. When I seen my son lay on the field, out of all the years I ever seen him playing, I never seen him lay on the field and didn't get up. So it was hard for me, and I was telling my wife, well, I didn't know what I was going to do. So when we got here to Athens, and I seen him in the hospital bed, and it was hard for me, and I seen Reggie come down the hall, and he talked to me about his situation with Wes, and he said, I was asking the good Lord, why me? Why my brother? Why it couldn't be me? So he told me over the years it took him to get over that, to have faith in the Lord. And that's what I have been doing. I've been putting my faith in the Lord, not wondering what if he's not going to walk again. I know he's going to walk again because He have a plan for him. So that's why I've been trying to keep my faith so strong in the Lord, and just thanking everybody for what they have done for us, because I didn't know where I was going to be. My job has been so supportive of us, and everybody has been supportive of us. So I'm just thankful for what y'all have done for us. I can't thank you enough. I can't. But I also can say I love everyone in this room, everyone in Athens, and I can always remember this day as it was yesterday for what y'all have done for us. And I'm deeply, deeply indebted to you all, because as a man, when you raise your kids, you always want to be, to me, I was raised without a father, so I always said I was going to be in my child's life. And for him, when he was first born, with his intestines outside his stomach, 6-7 months before he could come home, I was playing ball, going to school without a father my life. My mother raised us, 3 of us by herself, and I would have to go to the hospital and see him trying to do homework. And at the same time, we made it through that. The Lord brought us through that. And then for this to happen again, I know it's not, he's not gonna, just like the young man just said, he's not going to, one door closed, another one going to open. So I think that's a positive way that I'm looking at it, as having faith in the Lord, and I know he's going to make this work for him. And I know Devon going to have a testimony after this here. It's just a little bump in the road that we're going to have to go through. And I like to thank everybody for that.
Well, I can start off by saying Devon came into my life at the age of 3. I'm Devon's stepmother. He came into my life at the age of 3, and my husband and I, we married at the age of 5. And when I married Donnie, my husband, I also had to take in Devon. From that point in time, I couldn't have the car without the cash. So therefore, I have been mom to Devon for some years now. We've had our ups and downs. We've bonded so well. Many people would never know that he's not my biological son. I've been here with Devon since September 26th. I've gone home 3 times. I have 2 other children, Devon 11, Tia 7. So it's been kind of hard for me to split myself into 2, having to take care of 2 households. It's been a challenge, I will say that, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. We have met some awesome people since we've been here. All of the UGA staff, the Shepherd staff, Atlanta, Athens, even people from Baton Rouge. We found kinfolk here that we didn't even know we had until coming here. So this, I don't want to say tragedy, I'll say this blessing has brought us here to so many, it opened doors for so many friendships, so many things that we could have never imagined. And just like my husband said, we're so grateful. We're so grateful. I've had one of my friends who has come all the way from Kuwait to come here to be with me, to help me with Devon. It's just been a blessing. And I'm grateful for everybody and everything that everyone has done, all of the thoughts and prayers, blessings, the cookies, the cakes, the food, we've received everything. When we first arrived on the plane, I had a small suitcase and my husband had a bag. Devon only had a backpack. Right now, we're on our 2nd trip to take things home back to Baton Rouge. We've taken a trailer and a Suburban. Now we have 2 vehicles here that we only have 1 driver to take back to Baton Rouge. So therefore, we have been beyond blessed. We want to thank you all for everything that you've done. We also want to thank, of course, Southern University, because without them, none of this would have been possible. I'm grateful just to be here, to see another day, because it had, I keep saying it has been a challenge, but it has. It hadn't always been peaches and cream. I've been tired. I've been beyond tired. But because, like my husband said, we put our faith in God and we pray for strength, He will do just what we ask Him to do. And I'm grateful for that. Thank you. Save the best for last.
My turn. Okay, I would like to thank everybody for coming out. September 26th will be a day I will never forget. It's just been a blessing to find out the wonderful people here. And I know my journey has been way before this. I've been fighting my whole life. Just like my dad told me, I've been born with my intestines out, and I was in there for almost a year. made my birthday and I walked out the hospital room. So basically this is just a chance of setback, but it's not really a setback, it's another blessing. I know I'm going to walk out, I know I'm going to have a testimony that I will have to speak on. You crying over that?
He'll never see me cry until we got here. So,
I think I've cried twice. When I first got in the ICU, I wanted to see my dad, and he got on the phone and he called me and told me he loved me. And that was the first time he ever spread his emotions out for me like that. And I boo-hooed like a baby. And I had to be strong for so many people, other than knowing that they had to stop everything, leave work, and come take care of me in Georgia, and have everybody else come take care of me. It's been a true blessing. And knowing I have a little brother and sister that have to be split up from my mom and dad, I know it's hard on them too. But I thank the Lord for just putting us through it and keeping us strong and having the faith to go through everything. I want to thank UGA for everything. Everything. Without UGA, I probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in this little pretty blue chair if it wasn't for UGA and the amount of support that everybody's been giving me. I want to thank Coach Gant and Coach Ron for the support. Coach Gant comes see me every Wednesday just to come check on me and make sure I'm okay. And Coach Ron comes see me every Sunday after church. The whole family come and just check. And then the trainers will come. It's just been amazing to know that there's still those beautiful people out in the world. And it's not always about hate and dishonor. It's still people that love and care for other people. And I thank you guys for all of it. Don't you be crying over there. Since then, I've made Coach Gant my godfather. He's been the right-hand man for everything. Him and Coach Ron. I still not gonna stay this. I was doing snake. But I want to thank everybody for their hard work and blessing that they gave me and my family. Without you guys and the Shepherd Center and everybody else, I wouldn't be here. Thank you.